Alright, Lady Ballers, we are live. I just want to double check you guys can hear me before I start ranting. And I've had a bit of caffeine, which I don't normally, so I might talk too fast. Can you guys just type in the comments, let me know that you can hear me, for starters, before I start rampaging. Alright. Excellent. Okay, you can hear me. Alright, so here's what we're going to do in this sesh. I want to talk to you guys about what goes on at a LadyBalls retreat, but as I walk you through it, I'm going to be asking some hard-hitting questions. I want to be asking you some of the questions that's going to get you to think bigger, right? If you can see that other side, if you can see that sign up there, I got that made up when I saw that quote years ago, and it says, whatever you're thinking, think bigger. Because here's what we tend to do. We've all got goals, right? If you're like me, you've got fucking massive goals that are so huge that to most people they seem unattainable. But if you understand how shit works and you're an action taker that gets shit done, then you take so much action that you know that at some point it is predictable, a predictable outcome, the inevitable, that those big ass scary goals are going to come to fruition, right? Because it comes down to you doing the work. And if you do the work and you take the action and you get the support and you know the plan, then you know that that thing that you want or that life that you want is actually going to happen, right? And here is the clincher. We've all got blocks. We're all a little bit fucked up in some way. Even the highest level players have got shit going on. Now, you may have heard me say this before, but when I first had my first big speaking gig up in the States, and I was so shocked. I'd been like blogging for 90 days, and then I got asked to come and speak on stages about blogging, right? Video blogging. And I was at the speaker's table, and there was a guy there who was a coach to billionaires. And I was sitting next to him, and I'd got the speed wobbles, and I was going, how the hell did I get here? Like, I was just doing my thing, started doing video, it exploded, and then here I am on the other side of the world speaking to all these people about it. So what happened was he's sitting there, I told him I was freaking out, like I'd already spoken, I was at the table with all of these guys that I'd followed for years and looked up to, and here I was beside them, and it happened so freaking fast, I got the speed wobbles. And he said to me that he coaches billionaires that run companies with thousands and thousands of people. Yet, there are mornings when they wake up and they don't want to get out of bed because they're like scared little 16-year-old boys. And they really put it into perspective for me that it doesn't matter what level you're playing at, we're constantly growing. And we're going to a new level at all times. And when you go to the level that you think is your max level, you can go further again and more bullshit's going to come up. New layers of your bullshit's going to come up. It's like a never-ending process. We're always working on ourselves, right? So what gets me going is I think about maybe 10 years ago when I was dreaming of 5 or 10K months. Turning over $10,000 a month seemed like mind-blowing, just beside myself at the idea of it, right? And at the time I was trying to do it with a web design company and affiliate marketing and learning from Frank Kern and all of that. But what happened was, over the years, 10 grand per month became my expenses. So I had shifted from dreaming about making 10K a month to my break even is 15K a month. Like right now, my cost of living is 15K a month. If I'm not making 15K a month, then I'm freaking out. So I had to lift to a completely different level. Now, when you lift to that other level and you think about how you used to be, I can't pinpoint an exact time. A few, but I can't pinpoint an exact time where I went from wishing I was making 10 grand a month to the time I did my first 80 grand month. I couldn't remember how that happened. It just happened because I'd been gradually doing the work. So I think we have these big goals And they may scare the shit out of you, and you may be a big dreamer and a big thinker, and you think that, yes, one day that's going to be my truth. But you might not know the baby steps to get there, and there's a big part of your brain that thinks, I'll never have that, I'm not worthy of that. And you'll hold yourself back and allow all of your blocks to come in and stop you having that. But if you think back to a time in your life where you wish you had what you have now, it completely gives you a different perspective. I remember when, after I'd had the 2 kids, I think with Millie, I definitely had cracked 100 kilos. And when I had my second baby, I didn't put on as much weight, but I wanted to lose it. I wasn't feeling good about myself. But I was convinced that the body I was in, now that I'd had babies, that's my body forever. I didn't know what the body was actually capable of. I know what I wished I could look like. And then there was what I thought was my reality. Hate that word. Stop being realistic. Ugh. And what I thought was my reality was the body that I was in. Then I met somebody who was a nutritionist and a trainer to bodybuilders. And she showed me a photo of a woman who was much bigger than I was, and then showed me a picture of her on the stage winning a bodybuilding competition. Now in my head, I was going, wait a second, are you telling me that our bodies are capable of going from that to that? In my head, I didn't even think that was a possibility. I wished I had a better body, did not think it was capable, thought that the hormones and the baby weight, that was me forever. So it flipped a switch in my brain because it gave me some inspiration and idea into what is actually possible. And over the next 90 days, I stopped drinking. I lost 15 kilos or 30 pounds, and I was in the best shape of my life. And I didn't think that was possible before. So what was cool was that shift in my brain of that dream that I didn't think could be my reality totally was. And the reason I'm telling the story is we've all got those big goals, and whatever your big goals are, sure, your brain might go, I know I've got the skills to do it, but there's stuff in your way. And it's never that we have to add on a whole lot of stuff. It's always that we've got to cut out the shit. That's the problem. So when you can shift your brain to really see that there's possibility, and you're doing that through inspiration, being inspired by others, acknowledging what you've actually achieved up to this point, then it just makes a massive difference to your life and what becomes your goals as opposed to big faraway dreams. What I also find with people, especially women, is they have those big goals, their 5-year plan, whatever that may be, and then they, a year goes by or 5 years goes by and they're still dreaming about that dream in their future. But if they know the blueprint, know the steps, know the actions that they have to take, know how to control when those bullshit things come into your head, because they always will, if they can control those, then they can have everything that they've ever wanted. They can have that reality. And so that's kind of what we cover that's what we cover at the LadyBalls retreat. So when you are creating your stretch goals, we still do it subconsciously with limitations. I'm a mum, I can't travel, that wouldn't please my significant other, or I'm still trying to work a job, or I've got too much stuff to do in my business. There's always subconscious limitations. There's beliefs that we formed when we were young that we're still carrying around consciously or subconsciously that's blocking us from having everything that we want. And that's a massive chunk of what we work through at the LadyBalls retreat. See, freedom to me, I grew up wanting external validation. I wanted to feel loved, and I thought I could only do that through certain things. I just wanted to be on a stage, and I would play myself down because I was trying to be the center of attention, or I was too much. And when I speak to ladyballers, they've been told they're too much their whole lives. They're too scared to put themselves out there. They are constricted by beliefs, religion, family, partners, husbands, wives, kids, whatever their role is in the community, their responsibility or their fear of responsibility. There's all these things that hold them back. And we really want to work through those things constantly, not just at the retreat, but after the retreat, so that we can get past that shit and then talk strategy, talk marketing plans, talk blueprint, talk about building and scaling your business once we shift that shit. And then it's a dance between the two, because you can learn all of the personal development in the world textbook wise and go to all the seminars, but until you're implementing it in actually actioning those goals and executing those goals, that's when the real shift happens. So on day one, we talk about your stretch goals. Leading up to the event, I give you some exercises to do, but your stretch goals is taking those goals that you want to create and supersizing them, blowing the roof off, making all of those limits go away, and take a really good hard look at what it is that you want to achieve. Then we go through, and it kind of brings up your shit. It brings up a lot of your shit. When you dig deep on what you really truly want and then dig deep further, it brings your shit to the surface. But the beauty of bringing all your shit to the surface is that's when we can clean it out. So on day one, we go, what are your stretch goals? What do you want to achieve? Because the whole 3 days is based on helping you take the steps to get there. Then in the afternoon of day one, we want to bring out your inner child. Because as we get older and life happens and shit happens, we forget to play. We forget to have fun. So on the second part of day two, we're doing an exercise, tap into your inner child and bring that back out again so you can start having fucking fun again and stop being so serious, right? Then day two happens. Usually overnight on day one, all of the stuff that's come up on day one needs to be really cleared out. New stuff is resurfaced, big realizations come, and we've got to really clear that shit out. So on day two, we work through some belief shifting exercises that help you get to the root of what your blocks are and what holds you back. We really dig them out and we do some processes to shift those. Then we have an energy healer come in. Someone who is an expert in helping you really scrape out what's left of all of that shit that you want to shift. Now, all of that stuff, when we shift it, like I said, it's going to bring new stuff to the surface. So it's about learning those strategies to manage it yourself and your day-to-day life as you go on as well. So day two is really clearing all of that shit out. Here's the powerful bit of clearing out all your shit. You go through the stretch goals. You know what you want. You've cleared out your shit. So guess what we do next? Other side. This is mirrored. We get shit done, right? Day three is all about getting shit done. At the end of day two, if you're up for it, we start getting shit done then. We talk about whatever your strategies are, what you want to achieve in your business. Maybe you're just creating an offer. At some of our retreats, at every retreat, we've had people doing my post-it note exercise all over the windows at the retreat to map out their offer and what they want to create. Some people already have an offer and they're really clear on that, and they're trying to delegate and automate and build their team to free up their time so they're only doing the stuff that they love. Or maybe your get shit done is you've already created your offer and you need to set up some funnels, something like that, to actually build your list, build your audience, and start selling your stuff. So whatever it is that you need, that's what we're doing on day three. It's a free for all. We're only an intimate group anyway. It's you sit down, you get shit done, whatever you want to work on. We're not going to sit there and try and fit a square peg in a round hole and get you to do stuff that you don't need to do in your business. It's working out what you need, me giving you what's required to take the next step, and being there to support you in that. So we've got the stretch goals. We dig past all those blocks. We get that shit out to free you up so you're totally lifted, and to really solidify that, on the retreat, we go indoor skydiving. Now, the reason we do that is this whole retreat is about you creating a new normal. It's shifting past anything that you've ever played at before, any level. There's no more playing small. There's no more conforming or any of that shit. It's time to completely blow the fucking roof off your greatest desires and make them happen. And this starts at the retreat. And so when you work through all of that and you go to the indoor skydiving, I'm not going to make you jump out of planes. It's indoor. It's a tunnel. If you've watched the video, if you want to watch the video, there's a link to Inside the LadyBalls Retreats. The video is actually below. If you go check out that page, it's got all the details of the retreat, and there's a video showing you how it works. No one's ever not done the indoor skydiving. One person was terrified, and then she had such FOMO when everyone else did it. She actually went ahead and did it, and she was terrified, but she pushed past that fear because this whole experience was to represent what she'd created at this retreat, what she had shifted in her mind, pushing her fears to the side and making it happen. It's super fucking fun too. It'll blow your mind fun. Some of you may have done it before. I've had some people come to the retreat specifically because that's what we're doing, and since then they've been going to the same iFly. So doing that as a group is really fun. It totally solidifies everything that you're learning over the 3 days and makes day 3 having you really empowered to literally fly to your next level. And I hate using next level because this is so much bigger than this. And using that time to really stretch past your shit and take action, because I'm all about woo-woo. We've got Energy Healer at the retreat. There's going to be woo-woo. We're a mixture of between woo-woo and get shit done. But when it comes to the law of attraction and making shit happen and being in flow instead of having to hustle, it comes down to the work that you put in and the actions that you want to take. So what I want to know in the comments below, I'm just going to turn my phone back on so I can actually see comments. What I want to know in the comments below is, what are the things that hold you back? Like, what do you think your limitations are? If you think about the big goal that you want to achieve, what comes up in your brain as a thing that holds you back? So for me, it changes all of the time. And to me, freedom is being completely, fully self-expressed. It's being able to travel. It's being able to build the business the way I want. It's able to take my kids with me wherever I want, having the flexibility and freedom to be in flow and change with the tides, because I'm a person that is addicted to change. I need change all the time. I rearrange my furniture every month, change the house around. So for me, those fears, hey Melissa, hey Tracy. So for me, those fears that come up, well, they're not fears, they're limits. I was talking about this with a friend yesterday. You think about people that say, oh, I wish I could go on holiday. Oh, I wish I could go away and travel and with the family without girls' weekend, whatever it may be. And they put that off. But they put that off for years, don't end up having holidays, don't have those breaks, they get completely burnt out. But if you actually look at it, to take a holiday, just a long weekend even, and the power that that has to refresh your brain, it's actually cheap to do, it's really easy, and anyone can do it, right? And yet we put that off because we think it's that big future thing. Whereas we could do that next weekend. If you really want to take a break, you could take it off next weekend and go. See, that's freedom to me. But limitations that people have, I can't go, I'm too busy. I can't leave my business. I can't leave the kids. I feel guilty if I leave the kids behind and travel without them. The cost, I should be spending that money reinvesting in something. I should be spending that on my family. What will people think if I do this? What if I have a dream so big and then I get it and I lose all of my family and friends? I've got a whole blog video I did about playing at 70% my whole life because I thought that if I went above 70%, there's no friends up here. I don't have any friends at this level. So I was playing down here because I didn't want to lose all the people that I thought loved me. What happened was, once I started joining masterminds and getting support and having people around me who were doing bigger things, I realized that there's a whole new group of people up here. There was a whole new realm of friends. So what I want to know is, what are the things that you hear in your head? What are the things that you think hold you back? And I'd love to, in the comments, help work through those. So if you've just joined us and we're live, I don't think it plays at the beginning. So I think you got to go back to the start to hear about what is in the LadyBalls retreat. But just to summarize, we've got the stretch goals, pushing yourself past those stretch goals, supersizing them. Then it's bringing out the inner child in day one as well so that we start having fun again. Day 2, we're talking about shifting those beliefs and your identity. There's going to be a lot of talk about identity. For me, my business, I've been in business since I was 21. I'm now 42. For me, my identity is really attached to my business. And as my business evolves, it's hard for me to switch between my business and my personal life. That's something that I'm always working on. Dancing between the masculine and feminine, that's something I'm always working on. If I'm smashing it out and getting shit done in my business, I'm fully in my masculine. And then when I go into my relationship, I have to switch modes. Otherwise, I'm a steamroller. So all of these kind of things we cover at the retreat. I remember there was one retreat in, this is the same on all retreats, but the retreat I did in Vegas, was it last year or the year before? On night 1, before we even got started, we had talked about business, addictions, blowjobs, food, deep dive on the shit that happened to us when we were kids that we've carried with us forever. Everyone arrived and was nervous, and within a couple of hours, we were all sitting there, and there was wine, but no one was drinking. We were just all standing around, and everybody completely opened up because it was a really safe place. And then we were all laughing about the topics that we had covered before the retreat had even started. So that was super fun. So the other thing at the retreat is it's not like any retreat you've ever been to. And the link underneath this live is a link to the retreat page that will tell you all about the retreat. It's got the dates on there, the new dates, the Dallas date and the Gold Coast date. It walks you through what we do each day and why the LadyBalls retreat got started. Because I was on a rampage after I wrote the book LadyBalls, and I just wanted to help women. And I didn't want it to be, let's set goals, make this your best year yet. I wanted it to be so much fucking bigger than that. I wanted it to be dig to the depths of your soul and do the shit that you really, really, really fucking want to do and action those things as well. So that's what LadyBalls means to me. It's about putting aside expectations of everybody else puts on you. It's about doing what you fucking love without holding back at all and being completely 100% fully self-expressed and driven and in action. That's what LadyBalls is all about. And of course, we got some woo-woo shit in there as well because we got to dig deep, deep, deep to clear out the shit, clear out the blocks to move forward. One thing I get asked a lot is at the retreat, you know when you go to seminars and you think, when I leave, I'm all excited now, but when I leave, I'm going to crash. People go to week-long seminars and they come out going, oh my God, that's going to change my life. This is amazing. I'll never be the same again. And then 3 days later, they're crashing back down. I remember I traveled through Africa for 3 months and I came out and went, the happiest people I've ever seen were the poorest people in the smallest villages. And it completely shifted my mind about gratitude and abundance. I reckon 2 weeks back in the Western world, and I felt like I was back to the same. And it's about consistently keeping those strategies and thoughts and that environment going. So after the LadyBalls retreat, what I am doing now is running a year-long program. So when you leave that retreat, we don't rip your training wheels off and go, oh, well, we gave you the map to go and build your business, make your dreams come true, see you later, good luck with that. We actually have a year-long program. There's no hard sell at the retreat. In fact, I will share what's in that program before the retreat so you know. So when you're at the retreat, you know that there is an option if you wanted to after to continue in the LadyBalls Inner Circle. What we even do is if you come to the retreat and invest, we take 100% of what you spend at the retreat and we put it towards your year-long program. So that's totally an option. So you don't get left just hanging with your training wheels and crash into a tree afterwards and go back to normal life and shrink back into your environment. We're there to support you all year round. So if you want to know about that as well, the year-long program, if you go to the link that's underneath this video, it will tell you what's included in that. We've got like weekly live Q&As with me where you jump on and we ask questions. We jump on a Zoom. Everything about LadyBalls is exclusive. So the retreat's not going to be 100 people in a room. It's not like that. We want you to be able to feel that you can ask one-on-one questions to me or the other experts there. And our year-long program, we're not going to have 50 people on a call every week. We want you to be able to ask questions and feel like you're getting intimate support from me and all the LadyBalls ambassadors. It's all about accountability as well. So the year-long program, we have Get Shit Done Fridays, live Q&A Wednesdays, holding you accountable in the group constantly so that you're always supported year-long round in the LadyBalls inner circle. So if you can't get to the link below, if you go to ladyballslive.com, that will walk you through the retreat. It'll tell you a little bit about the program. If you're listening and you go check out that page and you want to talk to me, I am free today and tomorrow. I'm opening up the office to jump on calls with anyone that wants to talk about the retreat. I can answer your questions. I can help you work out if it's a fit for you. Answer any question that you have about the retreat today, tomorrow. It's only 10 a.m. my time, so I've got all day today, all day tomorrow. If you want to jump on and chat, there is a link in the comment under here to jump on and chat to us. It will kick off over in Facebook chat. If you go over to the link that talks through what's in LadyBalls, there's a video there so you can see inside LadyBalls. There's a shitload of testimonials from LadyBallers who have come before you. And if you go check that out and you've got questions on there as well, just hit the yellow button anywhere on that page and it will kick off a chat with me and I can answer the questions in there if you want or jump on a call if you want, whatever you need. So hopefully that's answered some questions for you. Hopefully that gives you an idea of what's inside the retreat. As you can tell, I get super fucking hypo about it. You should see me at the retreat. By the end of the retreat, there's actually testimonials you'll see on the retreat page there where there's people saying, I'm sitting outside, I don't want to leave, and they're actually sitting in their car because they don't want to leave the retreat. And it becomes such a tight community and beautiful friendships formed. I did the first LadyBalls retreat, I think about 3.5 years ago, and all of those ladies are still connected and friends today. And, we support each other. Patty, who was at the first LadyBalls retreat, she is a sex and intimacy coach and has become one of my best friends. And she did a massive evening where it was, I don't want to call it a comedy show, but it was fucking hilarious. It was all about sex and intimacy and sharing her stories. And all the LadyBallers came along. We got a table at her event and fully supported each other. So that's what's going on. LadyBalls, Gold Coast, December, and Dallas, Texas is on the 6th. We've penciled in. Yep, we're just confirming venue. 6th till the 8th of November. So if you want to jump on a call with me or one of my team, ask the questions, just start chatting with us below this. Happy to jump on, have a chat. I'm so pumped to do these retreats. I haven't done one in nearly a year, but they're my favorite thing in the world to do. And super pumped to be coming to the US and doing one as well because I haven't done one there. I haven't been to the States since October. So I'm doing them in Dallas because I understand, like when I was speaking at Ryan Sturman's event, I couldn't understand why Houston Airport seemed normal size and we got to Dallas and it took so goddamn long for the plane to actually get to the terminal. And I was asking people, why is this taking forever? Like I feel like we're miles away. And then they let me know that the Dallas Airport was like the central place that everybody could easily get to. So I'm like, Dallas it is. And of course I'm going to go see Ryan Sturman and his crew while we're there. Jaya, oh my God, I haven't seen you in years. Hello. So yeah, that's it. That's the LadyBalls retreat. If you are watching this live, go back to the start. listen to the beginning, answer those questions for yourself, where you're at, what you need to shift, what those big stretch goals are for you that you just need to blow the fucking roof off and supersize, and then jump on a call with me. Let's talk about the actions that you need to take to actually make it all fucking happen. All right, Lady Ballers, I think I've covered everything. I'm super excited. I'm just here for the next 2 days, ready to chat to anybody who needs to jump on, or one of my team's ready to chat to you. The lines are open, whether it's Facebook chat or actually jump on a Zoom, actually talk face to face like this. Jump on. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what it is that you need to make sure that that's what we cover at the retreat and that it's a fit for you. And if you're thinking, but Jody, you're all about funnels and business strategy, don't worry, we're going to get that shit done too, but we can't do that without the other. We can't build the pillar without the mindset component, as well as the business strategy, funnels, offer creation, taking action, accountability, all of that stuff. It all counts. All right, keep asking me the questions in the comments. Give me feedback. Tell me your big goals. Tell me your big blocks. Let's chat in the comments below if you're not listening to the live. And I will see you guys soon. And if there is a topic that comes up a lot, I might do a live tomorrow going over that topic in my free group too. So if you haven't joined LadyBalls and the Champs, go do that now. And I'll see you guys in there. All right.